Giving birth to a child is one of the most joyous moments in a woman's life. A time for laughter, a time to celebrate. Yet, for many, childbirth signifies death, the end of life itself.
Sirishkunta village, Orissa. For Bipin Ghana, life has changed drastically. He has been left all alone, shouldering the double burden of work and looking after his child since the death of his wife, Saparda. In her fourth pregnancy, Saparda had developed swelling on her hands and legs. Bipin Ghana had taken her to the district hospital, but after some treatment brought her back home as he did not have money to carry on the treatment. Saparda delivered at home and developed bleeding complications soon after. She died before any medical care could reach her.
Every 7 minutes, somewhere in the country, a Saparda dies of complications related to pregnancy or childbirth. With a high maternal mortality ratio of 301 deaths for every 1 lakh live births, there are approximately 78,000 women who lose their life every year in India. In states such as Assam, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh, the ratio exceeds 400. But why do the lives of so many young women come to an abrupt end? The reasons are multi-layered and multidimensional. While every pregnancy carries a risk, 15% of all pregnant women develop life-threatening complications, which, if not taken care of in time, could result in maternal deaths. With 3 out of 4 deliveries still taking place at home, for most women, emergency obstetric care is out of reach, in the literal sense. 4 out of 10 women are more than 10 kilometers away from a health facility. Distance is not the only factor. The inability of the families to recognize the danger signs, shortage of money, together with unavailability of transport, combine to pass a death sentence on many women.
The monsoon in Pirorgoria village in West Bengal washes away the memory of the hot summer months. But for the family of 20-year-old Meenu Karmakar, it cannot wipe away the memory of her tragic death. Meenu had a normal delivery at home, but she soon developed convulsions and was rushed to Purulia Hospital. 6 days later, when her condition became critical, she was referred to Bankura Medical College and Hospital. However, no transport was provided by the hospital, and the family could not make the arrangements on their own. By the next day, Meenu was dead.
In Meenu's case, transport could have been arranged if her family had the money to pay for it, or had the hospital been better equipped. But there are places where absolutely no form of quick transportation is available. But the problems do not end even for those who manage to reach the healthcare facility. The lack of infrastructure and the absence of timely and appropriate care at the facility add to the toll.
Sunita Jatav of Kanchanpur in Rajasthan was expecting her 5th child. When the labor pain started, she was rushed to the primary health center in Bari, Rajasthan, where the doctor assured the family that there was nothing to worry about. She gave birth, but the child died. Sunita bled profusely, and her condition turned critical. She died soon afterwards.
Namrata Jaiswal, Regional Coordinator, MP Jan Adhikar Manch, Gwalior, highlights the absence of infrastructure. Dr. K.P. Sardar, the Block Medical Officer at Basgarh Rural Hospital, Purulia, agrees about the lack of infrastructure. A large percentage of maternal deaths take place due to bleeding or postpartum hemorrhage. However, the near absence of blood banks accentuates the problem. In a vast country like India with more than 650 districts, there are only 2,000 blood banks. The question is, how many of them are accessible and functional? This is obviously a situation that needs urgent attention.
Kuntala Sanagi, lived with her husband, Balu Sanagi, and a 3-year-old son at Kwar in Orissa. After the delivery, she started bleeding profusely. She was taken to the district hospital, where she was recommended immediate blood transfusion. With the absence of a blood bank in the hospital, the doctors asked her husband to arrange for blood. While he was on his way, she passed away. Balu Sanagi, Kuntala's husband, thinks she could have been saved.
The underlying causes for why women die can be summed up in 3 characteristic delays: delay in seeking care, delay in reaching the appropriate health facility, and delay in getting timely and appropriate emergency care. There is an urgent need to address the issues that result in these delays. While the lack of infrastructure and awareness, which results in the 3 delays, is one side of the coin, the discrimination against women is the flip side of the same coin. Together, they contribute to many maternal deaths. Widespread gender bias, right from birth, makes it difficult for girls to get education, adequate nutrition, have control over their own reproduction, and access appropriate health care. Maternal deaths are rooted in women's powerlessness. Women have little say when it comes to their health care. Legal reforms and community mobilization are imperative for empowering women.
We have an unusually high maternal mortality for a country. This is not acceptable. A paradigm shift is required. For this, we need to involve the panchayat. We need to involve the district magistrate and his whole administration. It cannot be done sitting in a center or sitting in the state capital like Kolkata.
And there is a rising demand for these rights.
Women are dying. We want to tell the government that the women have the right to the programs and schemes it has devised for them. But why are they denied their right?
There is nothing in the village. If our daughters and daughters-in-law keep dying like this, then who will bring up these children? The government should do something about us.
The magnitude of the problem is enormous. The fear of death looms large over most of the childbirths in India. Yet, the interventions and initiatives indicate that fear can be taken out of childbirth, one of the most joyous moments in a woman's life. Indeed, there is reason for hope.